Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Dre La Soul back again with another video for more crypto news and crypto updates for your head top. Here to bring you the latest about blockchain tech, fintech, Web3, and more. So tune in. But today we're going to talk about something special. Today we are going to break down Bitcoin and its recent move and just how to operate in this coming bull market and things like that. Now, we just broken through the resistance line that Bitcoin has been battling for some time. What that means is we're getting ready for the next stage of the bull market. This next stage of the bull market will be much faster and more vicious. We have about 600 days to take advantage of those gains and those upswings, right? I think the next crypto cycle will be a lot more regulated. And when I say the next cycle, I mean like the next 4-year cycle, leading up to the next halving, which will be 2028. So around like 2026, 27, so on and so forth, leading up to that. I feel like that particular cycle will be more regulated and a lot less fun. Right now it's kind of like the Wild Wild West, and that might be the last run, or this might be the last run for that Wild Wild West type of feeling in the crypto space. But the institutions coming in and being planted as key players does make it safer and more of like a valid asset, in that view. If you look at it from that point of view, the people that don't really know much about cryptocurrency, don't know where to find the right info, scared of scams, know people that got scammed or have been scammed before, they might be hesitant. So seeing it with iShares next to it, or seeing Bitcoin with Fidelity or Vanguard next to their name, people will be more trusting to jump in. So we have about 600 plus days. Let's say 650, right? Now, listen, I've been in crypto for a minute, right? I saw Bitcoin as it first skyrocketed to 20K back in 2017. I lived through that crazy bear market in crypto winter and watched all these coins and projects that were building get crushed. Watch some actually build through the rubble and make it out to the next crypto bull market, 2020 and 2021, around that time frame. Now, I've been scammed, I've made some gains and lost some profits, just like the best of us. Lost a ton of bread and made some good money, but I'm still here. I lived through it, lived through the crazy 2021 to 2022, all that craziness with the debacle with 3 Hours Capital and Celsius and Voyager and Nexo and BlockFi credit card and all that. And here to see the next bull run, right? Now, if I learned anything, anything in the bull market here is you can only make money in the bull market if you have a plan. Paper gains are not the same as realized gains. It's cool to say, yo, my portfolio reached 100,000, 50,000, 20,000, 2 million, whatever it is, right? But if you don't take those gains, it'll get washed away in the shores of this craziness. The whales will just gobble you up and spit you out, right? And the whales are the big players, those that are dropping tons of money, like Michael Saylor. He is a institutional whale. But then you have like the DJ and crypto whales that only deal with crypto and dump tons of money. Now, when we have those institutional whales, that's when crypto kind of follows the same thing as like the S&P. It's kind of correlated with the QQQ and all those big tech stocks because that's what those big institutions are invested in. Whereas right now, crypto is kind of not correlated anymore with, those assets. So it's going to be different. Now, even if you have a plan, you also need the right tools, right? So trust me, like you'll end up riding this bull market to the top and then getting flushed out. And that's not what we want to do. We want to ride the bull market to the top and, have an exit plan. Now, even if you have a plan, you need the right tools to execute that plan, right? So determine which exchanges you're going to use to trade, open multiple wallet addresses with various wallet types, such as like desktop or mobile wallets like MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Exodus, Argent. There's a bunch of them. And more importantly, the cold storage wallets. So the physical wallets that look like a thumb drive. So like your ledgers, Trezors, so on and so forth. Those are all wonderful. Now, let's talk about some of the tools that I use, to help me navigate this crazy crypto market that we all love, right? And for those that are new. But before I do that, I have a couple of statements I want to say. These are things that I've learned over the years. So the market rewards the patient. Pretty much meaning like, yo, you got to wait it out sometimes. Sometimes it has to be a swing trade and not a day trade. Sometimes you have to think long term and just, follow the project, follow the money, see what the money trail is. And, over time, DCA, dollar cost average, and build your positions and only purchase at the prices that you like. You know what I'm saying? And you will be rewarded for being patient. Warren Buffett is like a great testament to that. But the market is unbiased to your feelings. So the market doesn't really care about how you feel. So you can't get too emotional. You got to figure out what type of investor you are. That's one thing I learned. Now, this is a great segue for don't fall in love with any investment. Ethereum to me is the best smart contract. You got smart contract platform. You got Solana up next. I love Chainlink and what they're doing with interoperability and connecting all the blockchains. Polygon is my favorite layer 2 for Ethereum. There's so many. Gala Games was my favorite, but they had some issues with the CEOs and like they're spending money ridiculously. So I had to fall back for a bit. You know what I'm saying? So you can't fall in love with any investment. Your exit plan is sometimes more important than your entry plan. Sometimes you just got to know when to jump out because it could be a nosedive asset. Altcoins might outperform Bitcoin, but the thing is, in the bear market, they don't hold their weight. They have a higher drawdown than Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a lower drawdown because there's less risk, but not as high as of an upside. Invest only with conviction. Don't jump into the latest project because you heard someone talking about it and how they made gains and made a quick bag. It's probably too late if they're talking about it. Avoid the shiny object syndrome, pretty much. So those are some of the things that I've learned. Just a few statements I wanted to, make clear that I think you should take heed of as well because it's helped me throughout the bear market and the bull market. Now, here are some of those tools. Now, I'll start with the exchanges. I've tested majority of the exchanges that exist, to be honest, over the years. It was sort of like testing out a new gadget. A lot of the platforms had access or provided different coins and different coin pairs. So you would, essentially make accounts in multiple areas so that you can trade multiple coins and be able to transfer them. You know what I'm saying? It does get cumbersome because, like, you got to remember all these passwords and the 2FA authentication and all that. It does become a lot, but it does help out. Now, over time, a lot of these platforms have added more coins and listed more, I like to call them spicy coins, coins that are like more degen or more risky. Many of these platforms have failed over the years as well, so it's kind of like process of elimination by default. But there are a few that are still holding strong, and those type exchanges, in my opinion, is one, Coinbase. It's the flagship crypto exchange in America. It's a publicly traded company. They've opened up their listings to a wide variety of coins now as well. At one point, they only had like the big players, and then they started with introducing all the ERC20 tokens, which are tokens that are created on the Ethereum platform. So like Uniswap, Polygon, things like that were created on Chainlink, Aave, MakerDAO, Compound, Curve, a lot of those. Now, Coinbase also has the Learn and Earn, which I think is pretty dope. It allows people to earn while learning about it. And it might not be much, but it's good to gamify things because it makes people want to like tap into the platform. It becomes fun to use and it's easy to use, right? And I think anything with a blue color kind of, shows like trustworthiness and whatnot. So it has that stamp of approval by default. Now, Uphold brings a level of trust as well with this platform. They've been around for a minute. It may be a little bit more difficult to use than Coinbase, but it's still really easy to use, to be honest. Now, what's cool about Uphold is the fact that they allow you to purchase crypto via Apple Pay, which is pretty dope. So any cards you got loaded in Apple Pay, any accounts you got loaded in your Apple Pay, you can simply use that. It's pretty dope. The reason I stuck with Uphold is because when XRP got delisted from all those platforms because of the SEC lawsuit, Uphold was one of the only platforms and probably the only one for Americans to purchase XRP. So that was pretty dope. That was really dope. Now, the next one, in my opinion, is Crypto.com. Crypto.com, yo, they went through the mud and the FUD, bro. Like, there was a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt because people automatically put them in the bucket with FTX. Why? Because they were an exchange that had crazy sponsorships. Their advertisements was out of this world. FTX was in partnership with MLB, where the umpires had it on their jerseys. The Miami Heat, where they play, the arena where Miami plays, it was the FTX arena. Crypto.com bought Staples Arena and have the naming rights for whatever, 18, 20 years or something like that. So similar to that, they have partnerships with UFC, Formula One, and all this cool stuff. So it automatically got compared to that, and people thought they were going to fail as well. People were saying that they were insolvent and whatnot, but turns out that they weren't. Now, this platform is pretty dope. The reason why I tapped into it is because of the metal debit card. One of the first metal cards out there. And what was dope about it is they had different tiers. So they had like the plum, there's like the green one, there's like onyx, so on and so forth. And each tier gives you a different benefit. So when I use the card to buy or pay for my subscription with Netflix or Spotify, I would get cash back. I would get that same money back, $10 or whatever it is, but it would be in CRO token, which is the token for the Crypto.com exchange, right? So it's pretty dope, and you can stake that and earn rewards. So it's pretty cool. Also, what's dope about Crypto.com is they have access to probably the widest variety of tokens. A lot of the new tokens and a lot of the tokens that still haven't made it to that Coinbase tier, you can find on Crypto.com, which is pretty dope. So that's cool as well. Now, honorable mention will have to be Gemini. I love Gemini because of the Gemini credit card. It's another metal card, and you can earn cashback rewards in Bitcoin or Ethereum, which is pretty dope. The only thing about Gemini is at one point, a lot of the coins on there weren't on their own blockchain, so you couldn't transfer it to like the native wallets. So, for instance, Solana wasn't the Solana blockchain Solana Sol token. It was an Ethereum ERC20 token version. So ERC20 token is pretty much a standard. Just think of coding or developing computer programs. It allows you to create a blockchain or application or a dApp or a mirror of another coin, but it exists on the Ethereum blockchain. So I can't transfer that Sol token that was on Gemini to a Sol address. I think a lot of that has changed, but that was like one of the issues with Gemini. So you would have had to sell it, then send the stable coin to the other platform, then buy the coin again. It's just like too much. Now, let's talk about the tools I use to follow the price history, price action, performance, and much more. We got CoinMarketCap. CoinMarketCap is a website that provides information and data such as prices, trade volumes, market capitalization on cryptocurrencies, and different categories as well. It's really cool how you can filter the entire crypto market. CoinMarketCap is the world's most referenced price tracking website for crypto assets in the rapidly growing crypto space. It's good to have a tool like this. Its mission is to make crypto discoverable and efficient globally by empowering retail users with unbiased, high quality, and accurate info for drawing their own informed conclusions. Like I always say, Dior, Dior, Dior. And not the Pop Smoke song, but we could play that too because that song is dope. But do your own research. You can use it on your computer, web browser. You could even download the app and use it. It has a news feed with updates, with articles about the latest crypto updates and so on. One of the coolest tools is it allows you to build a portfolio so you can mirror your actual portfolio, what you have invested, and add it on there as a mock portfolio and be able to keep track of your price points and the price action performance and all that good stuff. You can also make watch lists and look at stuff that you want to invest in, which is pretty dope. So you create like watch lists for the different exchanges you use. So if you have a Coinbase, crypto.com, and a Gemini account, you can make a watch list for each one of those and, invest in different coins on there just to keep it separate. Whatever you want to do. Next is Banter Bubbles. Now, before I go into this one, I gotta give you some backstory because Crypto Banter is a YouTube channel, which in my opinion is probably one of the dopest crypto content networks. They're a full-on content network. They have different shows. They bring a lot of news, a lot of alpha. I've been following this channel for years, and they've always been, just bringing the alpha, getting bigger, getting better. They have multiple shows that cover various topics within crypto, such as day trading, long-term investing, the fundamentals, news updates, gaming, etc. Um, the team over at Crypto Banter created Banter Bubbles. Now, for the record, they were not the first because Crypto Bubbles is a website that does the same thing, and it was created way before Banter Bubbles because I was using that for a while before Banter Bubbles came out. But this is why Banter Bubbles stands out. It is available as an app or an iPhone, Android, and it's available on your desktop. It's a tool that is designed to show you how tokens are moving very quickly. So the old is at a quick glance, you can look at the bubbles and see what's happening with a token. When the bubble is green, that means the token is going up. When they're red, that means the token is going down. The bigger the bubble, the bigger the move, but it doesn't just end there. The team built a chat for every single bubble. So you can simply click on the bubbles of a token and find out why that particular bubble is getting bigger or smaller because there's people in the chat talking about news, talking about new updates, so on and so forth. Also, there's a general chat that allows you to view all the bubbles. And while you're doing that, you can see what the community is talking about regarding all the bubbles and just the general crypto market. You can add filters and break the bubbles down by categories like gaming. Then you can filter the time frame to like an hourly chart. They also have a portfolio watch list option to check the bubbles of the coins you invest in. So it's pretty dope. Now, lastly, they have a newsroom portal that displays news articles that their 40-person Banter research team is looking at daily in real time. So these are some dope tools, and these are some of the tools that I use. The bull markets are about identifying trends in the markets, and bull markets, and it's all about getting into the bull market early and being able to ride them up to the top and exit before it nosedives. Now, the Bitcoin dominance has been going crazy, and Bitcoin has been outperforming altcoins, but not all altcoins. There are a number of altcoins that have been outperforming Bitcoin. And if you've been holding those, you have potential or you've already made more money than holding Bitcoin. But the big question is, what are those altcoins? Now, going back to Crypto Bubbles or Banter Bubbles, you can click on the setting and change the currency pair. So you can essentially look at coins relative to Bitcoin. The goal is to ultimately outperform Bitcoin and take those gains and change your life or invest in other avenues. Again, we have about 600 to 650 days to make it happen. Let's equip ourselves with the right tools to come out of this bull market victorious. Let's go.